Hey there, hi there, other kiddos. I think this is going to be. I don't even know what gameplay I'm going to record in the background. This is going to be like a Cap sort of podcast. It's just Cap has thoughts. You know, I'm a guy. I like to do stuff. I like to say stuff. My interests range from, and you guys had to just bear with me on this one. I gotta light this cigarette, so I don't know how loud it's gonna be. I have no idea. But I've told you about my interests as far as the UFC is concerned. I've told you about my interests as far as the video games. I've told you my interests as far as baby girls, the love of my life, and that these kiddos are the best little things that you would ever get. Don't get me wrong. They get on your nerves, but they are the best thing that you can ever have. My favorite pastime is to watch scary movies. I believe in scary movies. I really like them. I like a visceral thing, something that really takes you out of your element. Something that it does it bother you? If it bothers you, then it did a good job. You know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. I watched the movie Climax the other night, and it's about a thing that actually happened. And it was just a bunch of dancers in a club that were drugged, and a bunch of crazy stuff happened to them. And it's not really a horror movie, it's more of an art piece. And I watch a lot of art pieces. I watch a lot of French films. I watch a lot of foreign films. I watch everything from the dirtiest, awful thing that you can imagine to what I was just watching after I came out of the bedroom that I was just watching, not with baby girl, but she's asleep. And I was watching on the TV before I came out here to record this. I was watching Tom and Jerry. Because you can't beat that. That's the best thing ever. I was just watching the first episodes that they ever came out with. Which I think, it's always fun to go back. You know what I mean? I snorted. I'm sorry. I don't act right. I know I don't. But I enjoy all the different flavors. I think that's the most important bit. Is that what is Cap's favorite thing to watch? Well, my favorite thing to watch is the Tom and Jerry episodes, where they use music to convey all of the emotions. And it's so fun and so cool. Also, what is Cap's favorite thing to watch? Some of the most, it's a term that I hope that I've coined to myself, brutal-tastic movies, like Hostel and Saw and stuff like that are just really, they're tough for a lot of people to get into, but to me, a lot of those movies, it's about art. It's about what are you doing with what you're doing. My favorite author of all time is going to have to be Stephen King, but in the same turn, my favorite poet is Robert Frost. I'm a big fan of poetry. it's one of my favorite things to read. I will read a poem every day. I don't read a lot of short stories anymore. I don't read a lot of novels anymore. But I can tell you, I've read most of what Stephen King has wrote. I've read most of what H.P. Lovecraft has wrote. I've read a lot of Emily Dickinson's poetry, and she's the way that she can phrase stuff and the way that she can do stuff is just absolutely beautiful. So, I don't know, to like encapsulate Cap, it's a toughie, boy. It's a tough one. Because I don't really know, because this is just some of the stuff that I watch, some of the stuff that I see. I mean, I work at a liquor store. So there's just certain things that I see, certain things that I do, certain things that I'm about that I don't try and put baby girl in that world. I don't want to put the kids in that world. There's certain things that I think are art that I think a lot of people would think are just like a fucking snuff film. But like a good for instance. And this is a high quality movie. Truly. It's got Nicolas Cage in it. 8mm. That's a rough one to watch, right? That's a tough movie. But I think it's done very well. I think it's good. But in the same turn, that's not something that I'm trying to subject my whole family to. This is not something that I want for everybody to watch. I don't think that everybody should see that movie. But if you can get past some of its bulldickery, then I do believe that it's a beautiful thing to watch. And I think it has a beautiful aspect. I think if you can get past some of the brutality of certain things, I think they have certain things to say. I subscribe to the Whiskey Tribe. Subscribe to them is a misnomer, I guess. But I agree with them in a lot of cases because they say, the whiskey is really high proof. Really high proof. Like, it's 125, it's 135, it's 145. It's tough to get past that alcohol burn. Or you're drinking a rye, and it's tough to get past that rye burn. But if you can get past that, initial, this is awful, then you realize it has a lot of other things to offer. And I truly believe that about a lot of really terrible movies, about, anything that people act like is a terrible thing, you give it a second, it's not that bad. It's not always that bad. It's a thing that it's one of my favorite pastimes is to watch bad movies. Like, sometimes not even horror movies, just bad movies. And I just watch them and I just rank them. I have a little notebook that I write them down in. And they're fun. That's fun to me. I enjoy that kind of stuff. I hope that you guys are on the same page as me. If you're not, that's totally fine. I don't know what I'm going to play in the background of this. I know it's probably going to be video games. I'm not probably going to subscribe to the whole podcast version of YouTube. I don't know about that. Because Joe Rogan still didn't do that. Even with Spotify, Joe Rogan was like, nah, not today, kids. You got to have video. You got to have video. Got to have video with something. And it's just, you encapsulate your audience in different levels. So, I'm here for you, kids. I'm here. I keep using the phrase kids, and I think that people may or may not understand that. And it's not about your age. It's not about the fact that I know more than you. It's not about the fact that I have any kind of control over what I'm doing or saying or anything like that. That has nothing to do with anything. I use the phrase kids because that means I'm talking to you and you're listening. That's it. That's all the phrase means. When I say kids, I mean all the people. The Game Grumps use the term lovelies. The Beard Bros use the term beard bros or beard fans or whatever. Markiplier doesn't hardly use, just like you guys, my fans, my this, my... I don't have any fans. I'm not talking about having fans. I just call you guys my kiddos. And it's just kiddos because I talk to you guys the same way that I talk to my family. And some of that is not always great. Some of it's a little rough. Some of it's just not quite what you want to have come out. But what you do have is you got it straight from the horse's mouth. And in this scenario, I happen to be the horse. Oh, like I've said before in past episodes, I want you guys to be a part of it, but man, it didn't take much. I cracked myself up. I'm a silly fellow. I'm about as silly as you can be. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I like the whole... all that I have to say is that in general, this channel... This channel has grown substantially off of nothing. Like, we just posted a couple of videos. We were just having a good time. We just wanted to have a good time. Me and baby girl, we just wanted to have a good time. Cap and baby girl. The kids love it. They think it's a great time. I think it's a great time. It's us just talking to you guys. We're not trying to get famous. We're not trying to do anything crazy. We're both working full-time jobs. I wish that we could do more and put it out there better. And there's probably some things that you guys have watched where you started to watch it and you're like, oh, they fucked up this and they fucked up that with the audio and stuff like that. Some of the videos have even taken down and then put them back up and try to do this and try to do that. Hell, I'm terrible at this. I know I'm terrible at it. Oh, well, I'll get better is that you just keep doing it. The only way I know how to do things is you just got to keep butting your head against the wall until, the wall comes down. Oh, I might be retarded. That's not a good word. You can't use that. I used it. It's fine. I do it all the time. It's okay. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's the thing that happens. But I'd like to make this into a series. A little just, maybe it's a mini series. Maybe it's a series that just goes on forever and ever. And it's just Cap sharing his thoughts. And I can do that while I'm outside. While I'm not sitting in the bedroom with baby girl, I can record it on my phone. And I can send it back to the computer. And then I can put whatever sort of video to it that you guys think is good. And I can do that. But it's all about like just making the audience happy, but in the same turn, it makes us happy to communicate with you guys. Like it really, it goes above and beyond in my mind that we went from no subscribers, no views, no nothing, to we have over 100 views. Over 100, it may be 100 people, but just 100 views. 100 means nothing to anyone. I understand that. I understand that, like, you need 10,000 views, you need 20,000 views, I'm not trying to get ad revenue. I just mean there's that many people that are out there that are listening to what I'm saying, what baby girl is saying, that she is beautiful and wonderful and amazing, and just the idea that there is that many people that are listening to her and the children and myself doing this dumb shit that we think is just really fun. And they're a part of it. You're gonna be a part of it. It's an amazing thing for you to be a part of it. We're going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep working my full-time job. She's going to keep working her full-time job. We're going to continue to pay our bills. We're going to continue to try and make these beautiful, wonderful babies, these children. We're going to keep making them into the little people that they need to be. We're going to try to help to mold them. We're going to try to help them in every way, because you can only do what you can do. And we're going to be there for them every step of the way. And if you guys want to be a part of this, if you guys want to hear what we have to say, if you want to listen as Gamer Girl grows up, if you want to listen as the boy who shall not be named from the dumbass Sonic episode, he shall not be named yet, and Gamer Boy and Prince / pirate / Dracula / whatever the hell he wants to call himself. They're just having fun. They're just having fun. They're realizing that this thing can be a fun thing. It's a way to express yourself. And kids, I'm not perfect. But I'm here. I'm having a good time. Baby girl she's perfect. She is the best. She is what we all strive to be. If you listen to me do my shtick and you listen to her, she is just talking. She is talking from the heart. She is talking from the soul. She is not trying to put on she's not trying to put on air. She is not trying to put on a character. That's just how she is. You hear the way she talks to the kids. You hear the way she talks about herself. You hear the way she talks to me. I play a character half the time. Some of the time I pretend to be all messed up, and I pretend to be all upset, or I pretend to be that, or I pretend to be. I'm trying to create content that's fun for the audience. Baby girl is just being herself right from the get go. It's not even a question. She's the most perfect thing in the world, and you'll realize that. You realize these babies are they're just enjoying this. It's just a new little thing that we're doing. It's just enjoying ourselves. And don't get me wrong, I would love for this to spin off to where we did great things with this. Everybody became famous. We all became 100 million billion jillionaires. We were all good. You had a hot dog. Not a hot dog. Didn't mean the... You had a hot tub. I'm about to make hot dogs, guys. That's what I'm about to cook for myself. So, Cap's brain was already on hot dogs. I wish everybody had a hot dog. Yeah. No, I wish everybody had a hot tub in every room. That's all we're doing. Just a hot tub in every room. We had a mansion with 17 rooms and a hot tub in every room. That's what we were looking for. When we started this channel, that was the goal, right? No. We're just enjoying you guys. We're just enjoying all this. We're just having a good time. There's a firework over there. Craziness. Well, I'm here to tell you, you guys are amazing. You kids are amazing. You baby girl's amazing. All the kids and all their crazy names, they're amazing. My favorite poem happens to be by Robert Frost. And I will say this as I lead into my ending, and that is that, you know, we're all doing awesome. We're all trying to do our best. But when it's all said and done, we all have so many miles to go before we sleep, and so many miles to go before we sleep. And just enjoy your miles. Just enjoy what you have. Just have a good time. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be amazing. It's not always going to be everything that you wanted it to be. But you have it. The most amazing bit is that you get to be there and you get to sit and enjoy it. The older that you get, the more that you realize just sitting and enjoying things it's the best thing in the world. Just seeing how things go. Time has a way of molding you. We have miles to go before we sleep, kiddos. And promise you, we're going to be right there with you. This is over and out. This is Cap.